Hello there. So today I'm going to talk about staining my deck. I installed this deck over 2.5 years ago, and it's a treated wood. So usually you don't do anything with a treated wood for like a few years, but it's already like grayish and greenish, as you can see. So I think it's a time for this deck to get a fresh coat. I'm going to be using the Valspar. It's semi-transparent, so I think it's going to be something super light. I'm planning to use a roller. This is a special roller for staining decks too, like a good for stains. And I have this brush, so I will test with this brush, and then, and this is just like for the paints. I just think like a roller will be much faster, and it's not such an old deck that I need like brushing off. But I'll use this new brush that I was saving for a while. So maybe now it will be my big help. And well, let's hope it's gonna look much better, and I'll show you the work after. Okay, this is my deck, and I just washed it. It's still drying a little bit. Here's some hammer. I was hammering some nails, some of them sticking out badly. I don't know if you can see it very well, like here. So it's perfect to hammer them before you start so it's perfect to hammer them before you start doing any staining. I'm going to use I'm actually not going to use much brush, although I do have a brush. Here's my brush. I'm going to use this Valspar. I was super lucky. It wasn't like a necessary color I wanted, but it's actually semi-transparent, which is perfect. And I was super lucky. I got it for $10 on sale in oh gosh, not Costco, in Lowe's. So that's what I'm going to use. Usually it costs like $40, this type of bucket. So that was perfect. I was like $10. I don't care. Any color will work. That's how it is. And let's see. Hopefully this ugly green will turn into like a light golden. And I'm gonna put this part, and then I'm gonna stain all the way here around, and then I have to do that part. But currently there are my flowers. Okay, I want to show you a progress on my staining. So where I realized that just washing, mopping the deck was not enough. I'm gonna come closer, because you see all this green part is still like coming through, and some of it coloring, but because it's a semi-transparent and it's very light color, you can see how these green parts are. Oh my god, I'm shading. You see it's like a light golden or beige, and then the green comes out. I mean, it's interesting sort of, but not that much. So I decided that I'm gonna take this brush, and I'm using some baking soda, and I'm gonna start washing it off. And you can see the puddle of a green mold or whatever it is, or like the treated wood that has inside coming out. So I'm gonna try to clean it off, and even this maybe area that is stained, only one coat with my brush. Once it's dry, I try to wash it off too and start over. Okay, it really took me 3 hours to wash this deck, and you can already see the difference. I was scrubbing it and washing off all the green around. So this is drying. This is not even stained yet. Here's the part where I started staining, but I was like washing it off. I left a little bit, but it's pretty different already after like a thorough wash. So now I know it's best to really scrub it before staining it, not just like mop it, because the green is off, and it should be probably very nice once I stain it. Okay, now I try to roll it. I use a brush right there, and I try to roll it, and roller leaves this type of print sort of. I don't know if it's gonna work, because when it's dry, I'm not sure how it's gonna look. It's gonna look like dotty or something. I don't know, it's drying pretty fast, It's going to rain soon, so I hope I can finish it before it rains, but it looks a little bit funny. Let me see how it's gonna dry, and if anything I'm gonna start with the brush again. Hello there. Okay, I want to report. I want to say this deck staining really doesn't go as smoothly as I expected to be. So I was just staining and I'm very close to the finish, and I realized that I didn't mix my bucket of stain very well. I should have shaded it better, and I didn't. And I discovered that wherever I was covering this first, it was just like a top layer, but the stain inside, the color of the stain, all the way on the bottom. And once I get into the middle of my bucket, I see the color of the stain, and here it is. You can see it has a lot of more orangey color. It's pretty, sort of peachy or foxy. But I stained my whole deck like that with clear, and here's the color in the end. There was also this issue with the roller. I don't like the way it looks, so basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait until it's dries, and I'm gonna start over. Well, what should I say? I started at 9 a.m., maybe even a little earlier. I washed it for 3 hours, and then I waited for an hour to dry, maybe actually 2, because it took some time, and I had my little breakfast, and then I started staining it with the wrong color apparently, or just the taupe, like whatever is on top of the bucket, I don't know how to call it. And then I found out there is actually a color to this stain. It's not as clear as I thought it would be, but it's semi-transparent, so I assume that was the color. But no, there's more color to it. So now I'm just gonna wait until it dries, and then I start over. I'm just gonna sand it a little bit, and I start over from beginning, because I don't like those spots from the roller. I think I'm just gonna use a brush. Or in other ways, like using roller, you can roll very fast and then brush right away very fast, so then you don't have those weird imprinting left over. But you have to be very fast before it's dry. So I think I'm gonna give myself a B- for this job, just because counting the effort, like the effort counts a lot, and it's my first experience doing deck, like first time staining a deck. So I think I deserve my B- instead of a C+. Well, I wish you luck in staining your decks. I hope you're gonna do a better job than me, and I hope I still will be able to show you some nice work in the end of this crazy, I don't know, experience. Hey there! So here I am finally on my painted deck, or stained deck, which looks more like painted. But now I can enjoy this time here and have my glass of wine. Deserved, like well-deserved, I believe. And I don't know, I hope this is gonna last for me for a year. It's turned out to be a little bit not the way I want it to be, because again, I messed it up with the color before. But I hope maybe in a year I can fix it to something I want. I don't know if I will have to eventually sand this whole thing, or it's gonna like worn out pretty fast. I wish I could have like see a wood grain, but for now it's I like this kind of terracotta-ish color. It looks almost like it's made of clay, and I think it matches very good with my pots there, the terracotta pots. So you know, why not? I mean, it's a try and error, and it's a learning experience. So I hope next time I do a better job. I have another deck to stain, and it probably will be next year. So hopefully I do that in natural wood grain stains. But again, I hope my flower is gonna feel better soon, and I'm gonna have a much more lavish mini garden here on my deck, and I'll have a bed here to enjoy. It's just we've been having a crazy rainy weather, so I have to move everything out and back, and it's kind of hard to have a lot of good time here recently because of the rain. But anyway, it should last much longer with protection coating. So tell me what you think. Thanks. Bye.